My name is Ken. I work as a salesman for a kitchen equipment manufacturer. It's been 7 years since I graduated from college. I'm neither a top salesman or particularly poor in sales performance. Well, I guess I'm just an average employee. About 1 month before the new fiscal year, a merger with a foreign company was announced. So, the merger talks have finally reached our company. I wonder if there will be any layoffs. I was vaguely thinking about such things. The sales department underwent significant changes. All the sales, administrative staff who used to create documents like materials and quotes were either laid off or transferred to subsidiaries, and administrative tasks were outsourced to a staffing agency. Then, a new boss from the parent foreign company, named David, was appointed to the sales department. David gave his inaugural speech. From today, I'm appointed as a sales manager. The focus here is to aggressively secure maintenance contracts and snatch them from competitors. That's all. He seemed strict. That was my first impression when I saw David. Afterward, 2 temporary staff who would handle sales administration were introduced. These are Taylor and Maya, who will be handling the paperwork from now on. Each of you, please introduce yourselves briefly. Prompted by David, Taylor introduced herself first. Nice to meet you all. I'm Taylor. I played basketball in high school, so I'm quite tall at 6 foot. Don't be intimidated by my height. Feel free to ask me anything. Then Maya, the other person, also greeted us. My name is Maya, named after the gods of spring. As you can guess from my name, I was born in May. I'll do my best, and I'm looking forward to working with you. Standing next to Taylor, she seemed quite small. Both of them were excellent at their jobs. Precise and incredibly fast. We were really grateful for their help. In the sales department, we had 8 salesmen, so Maya and Taylor divided their responsibilities, each supporting 4 salesmen. Maya was in charge of me. She was cheerful and easygoing. Maya, sorry to bother you, but could you manage to get this contract renewal done by the day after tomorrow? For Ken's hard work, I'll make it happen, she answered with a smile. After they left for the day, us guys often talked among ourselves. I wonder if Maya has a boyfriend. She's cute. She probably does. If she doesn't, I'd like to be a candidate. Maya was really popular. It's like I have a ton of rivals. I chuckled to myself, thinking about it. As we got used to the new structure in the department, we started to understand more things. Especially about David. He didn't seem to be very good at his job. He just kept telling us to get contracts and work hard, but he didn't even know what kind of kitchen equipment we dealt with. Even though he was sent from the main office, he should at least learn the basics. And David, it seems, had his eyes on Maya. Lately, he's been frequently approaching her with a grin. Maya, how about lunch with me today? Before lunch, while carrying documents, David casually walked past Maya and spoke to her from behind. David, I'm sorry, I appreciate your kind invitation, but I usually have lunch here with my packed meal alongside Taylor. She turned him down straightforwardly. Eventually, David's invitations began to border on what might be considered inappropriate in terms of compliance. Maya, if lunch is no good, how about dinner? I'll take you to a hotel restaurant, and you're welcome to stay with me until morning. You sure have a sense of humor, David. She gave him a wry smile. We male employees present exchanged glances, wondering, what is he saying? What's up with this guy? But the next day, David beckoned Maya over and said, I have a favor to ask of you. He then handed her a cardboard box overflowing with documents. Sure, what is it? Well, this. She looked a bit anxious. Then, with a sly smile, David said, I need all these documents converted to legal size by the end of today, and put his arm around her shoulder. She tried to move away while holding the cardboard box, obviously struggling. "David, we standardize all company documents in letter size, and you want them redone in legal size." When she asked, he said, "Yes, but if you agree to have dinner with me tonight, I'll forget about this task. It's not an urgent job. Just harassment to get her to obey him." That's what I thought, and I quickly walked up to them. "David, that's not right. She's clearly uncomfortable. Let's stop this kind of borderline harassment, shall we?" I said this and moved his hand off her shoulder. David turned red with anger. "It's none of your business," he said. I promptly replied, "Is that so? Then, I guess it's okay to report this to the ethics committee. Besides, it's not good for a married man like you to do such things, is it?" David, looking frustrated, fell silent. Then he glared at me intensely and left the room. I told Maya, "I'll take care of these," and took the box full of documents. She was deeply grateful to me and said, "Thank you so much for standing up for me. I'm sorry." In the following week, I kind of knew. I was handed a transfer order. Transferred to the online sales department. The job in my new department, the online sales division, involved registering imported goods on an e-commerce website. This department primarily consisted of part-time and temporary staff handling these tasks. Clearly, it was a demotion as a form of retaliation. That's what I got for standing up to David. Well, that's fine. I quickly packed up and left the sales department. For the first month in the new department, I quietly did the same work as everyone else, registering imported goods. Isn't there something more I can do as a former salesperson? I thought about this as I idly opened a video site. Then, one video caught my eye. It was a video where the uploader was using a home appliance, demonstrating how it works. They cooked stew in a new slow cooker, showing how delicious the stew looked when done, and even browned the meat in it, highlighting its versatility beyond just cooking stew. That's it. That's the idea. I suddenly realized we could get people to use our products, share their feedback in videos, and distribute them. How about that for promotion? When I discussed it with the sales promotion and public relations departments, they quickly approved my proposal. So, I immediately started the video promotion campaign. The response from viewers was great, and the orders, they tripled. Then, I decided to regularly introduce products for videos. 3 months after my transfer to the e-commerce department, I received an email from Tom, the head of the main office. I was surprised by its content. It stated that the advertising budget for the online sales department would be tripled. Moreover, if the expenses still weren't enough, I was allowed to directly request additional funds from Tom. Well, I can't believe we're getting so much for advertising. It seems unbelievable. I was utterly speechless. The following week, something even more surprising happened. I was appointed as the section chief of the online sales department. This promotion ignited my spirit for even greater challenges. The strength of online sales lies in not being confined to the domestic market. Moreover, since our company deals with imported goods, there are advantages like easy shipping from overseas bases if we expand the market abroad. My next plan was to promote our products overseas through video campaigns, similar to what we have been doing domestically. However, my French was only good enough to understand middle school level material. I didn't understand Chinese at all. I lacked the language skills necessary for negotiating with people overseas. So, I immediately consulted with Tom about this issue. To my relief, he responded quickly, agreeing to assign a temp employee who was proficient in both French and Chinese. Well, a temp staff member. I hoped for someone bright and approachable like Taylor or Maya. As I thought this, I received an internal email from Tom the next day, saying, A staff member will be assigned to you starting today. Please take good care of her. Such a quick response. It's incredibly helpful. As I was reading the email, I heard a cheerful woman's voice behind me. Good morning. I'm Maya, and I'll be under your care starting today. I turned around, doubting my eyes and ears. Maya. As I stared at her in disbelief, she said happily, "Thank you so much for that time. After you were transferred, everyone in the department went to the ethics committee about that incident. Afterwards, David was transferred, or rather, sent to a factory in China. It's all thanks to you for stepping in courageously." She said this and smiled. That's good to hear. I was really worried after that, whether David was still persistently bothering you. I inadvertently spoke my true feelings. But Maya, you're amazing. Not only are you skilled in computer, but also proficient in French and Chinese. And I'm surprised Tom was aware of your abilities. As I said this, Maya's expression turned serious as she began to explain. Actually, I'm a mystery shopper, assigned by Tom. Are you familiar with that role? Mystery shopper. I don't know much about it, but isn't it about secretly evaluating customer service and food quality in restaurants? Yes, exactly right. She responded, pointing her index finger as if on a quiz show. My role is like a corporate version of that. To avoid the usual pretense during official audits, I was conducting investigations under the guise of a temp staff. Only my uncle, Tom, and I knew about this. Maya, your uncle is Tom. I was so surprised, I almost fell over. The idea that the competent yet fresh-faced Maya was a mystery shopper was beyond my wildest thoughts. It felt like something out of a spy movie. That explains it. Now it made sense why Tom personally increased the advertising budget and assigned a multilingual talent like Maya so quickly. I'm really shocked. As I could only utter these words, Maya chuckled softly. Then, she smiled sweetly at me and said, "Ken, I wanted to thank you for that time. Would you like to join me for lunch today?" "Lunch?" I asked in surprise. She laughed and playfully asked, "Was that reverse harassment, compliance-wise?" "No, I'd be delighted," I answered, grateful for this incredibly joyful surprise. Half a year later, Maya and I became the strongest partners, both professionally and personally. I've been leading a smooth sailing life, with virtually no worries at work, but there's one issue that's been on my mind. It's about being invited to a home party by Maya's father, who is the executive vice president of the head office. Surprisingly, not only is her uncle the head of our division, but her father is the executive vice president of the whole company. I was astonished when I found out, and again, I was speechless. And now, I'm planning to talk to her father at the party about our relationship with Maya, which is headed towards marriage. Maya keeps reassuring me that my dad is a gentle person, so it'll be fine, but as the day of the party approaches, I can't help but feel increasingly nervous. With the home party just 2 weeks away, I've been feeling a bit queasy. Whether she knows about my anxiety or not, Maya seems excited about the party every day. "Hey, let's go look at dresses for the party on our next day official." Sounds good. Seeing her innocently smiling, I feel relieved. Maybe Maya has been conducting her own kind of mystery shopper evaluation on me as a future husband. If that's the case, maybe I've passed. I chuckled to myself at the thought, which is probably just a figment of my imagination. Everything will be all right. I keep encouraging myself with these thoughts, hoping that my meeting with her father will go well.